Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's been quite a long time since I've been able to make a video. We've had countless spells of bad weather, busy with work and every other excuse under the sun, but here we are back again for a different type of video today. In fact, it's actually Tuesday evening at the moment, and we've got about 2 hours until we're going to hop on the ferry with the Isle of Man steam packet, head over to Heysham. We're going to spend a couple of days over there, and on the way back we're going to pick up a new boat trailer. So as you'll know, I've been running this this kind of modified box now, and it's done me really well. But the big downside to this type of trailer, even though it was fairly cheap and cheerful, is I can't really get the engine on the back, and the supports I've used just can't take the weight of the engine on the back either, really. Now, just generally speaking, transporting the engine in the boot isn't a big problem, and this boat, the Carbon Pro 365 sat on top of the trailer, is fairly easy to get on and off when it's just the boat itself. But the big downside is having to lift that engine in and out all the time, and for every trip I go out I need to lift the engine out of the shed into the boot, and the boot to the boat to the boot, and then the boot back to the shed again, and that's 4 times for one trip. And that's just the engine, let alone all the other gear that I need too. So, and I'm not getting any younger, and it's bloody hard work. So I've decided to keep the Carbon Pro just on top of this trailer for the time being until this boat sells, probably sometime this summer. And instead, we've got the XL Scout 4 meter, which is going to live on top of a new purpose-built boat trailer. And so we boarded the Manxman, the Isle of Man's newest ferry, and we were particularly lucky that evening as the boat was almost empty. You can see here in the Arbor Lounge we had it pretty much to ourselves. Now, if you're interested in one of these trailers, I'd like to give a special shout out to Redcap Towing Centre. Both Tony and Martin have been fantastic to deal with, and have answered the many questions that I had, and gave me the confidence that I needed to jump on the boat and to complete the purchase. So thanks again, guys. I'll link their details in the description. So we made it back to the Isle of Man, and here she is in all her glory. What a stunning trailer. You can see I've already had a bit of a tinker, and I've lowered these rollers down height-wise just to see how far down I could get them. So I think the next job for me really is to get the XL Scout over there onto this trailer. So you can see here it's just lowered down a little bit too far, so that when this rotates it hits the wheel arch. So I think I'm going to have to lift that up just a little bit. These are going to support the transom. I'm going to get those down all the way down to the bottom at first, get the boat on, and then I'll adjust those afterwards. We've got the keel rollers there. Again, just going to leave those all the way down at the bottom until the boat's actually on, and then adjust them to fit the actual boat once it's on the trailer. So to adjust these then, there are these small brackets just here, and there's 2 sets, as you'll see. So I'll loosen those off, removing this light board, and then I'll drop these all the way down to the bottom temporarily. I'll get these bunk rollers lowered down as well, and then we'll get the boat on and just see what the initial kind of fit looks like. But this whole trailer is customizable. Like, these can match the beam of the boat. Again, it all goes up and down height-wise. Even the axle can move forward and back too. Yeah, what a cracking bit of kit. Next job. Right, so there's 2 things that I need to consider here in terms of getting the angle of these bunk rollers correct. So first of all, I'm on a slight decline, but also my hitch is actually slightly lower than the wheels as well. So it's already on a natural decline, just being connected to the car. So it's going to be a little bit of guesswork at first. And then what I'll do, I'll take a drive somewhere later and just get it on the flat and see how it all sits. And then mark with probably a marker what I need to actually adjust. But if we can just get it on roughly first, I think that'll be a good start. I also can't really slide over too much because of this is in the way here. So I think I may need to remove these, but let's see how we get on. One thing I do notice is just how high those wheel arches are. So I'm going to continue and get the boat loaded up, roughly. And then if I find that the whole boat could do with dropping lower than what those wheel arches allow me to, I might just drop the height of the wheel arches themselves. But let's continue, and then I can adjust that if I need to later. Okay, I think I'm ready just to try one test winch. We'll just get it on once, take it back off again. It's definitely going to be out because I can just see it, but let's just give it a go anyway for fun. See already where that keel roller is. Not under that much tension, it doesn't feel like. Right, let's not forget to put those transom wheels off before I break something. Okay, we've got a good foot, maybe a bit more yet, which is good as we've got a bit of distance till this. Just a little bit more. 4 inches, 3 inches. Slide this across a bit. There's more there to take the support. And these loosening off a bit more. Again, slide this one across. Yeah, we need to come back about 1.5 inches, I think. Yeah, so I would probably have that around there. Yeah, we need to just go forward slightly. There we go. Somewhere like that. So laterally, I think that's the right position. So I will leave that there. Slightly in. About the same on that side. So I'll tighten, well I won't tighten because I need to adjust the height, but this keel roll there, someone gave me a tip to remove it. I'm going to try leaving it make my own mistakes. I'll leave that there for now, and that's going to help take the engine once we've got the engine on. Okay, I'll tack that up.
We can already see here that due to that keel roller, the whole boat is now lifting much higher than it did previously, so there's a lot more strain not only on the keel but also on the actual attachment point for the winch as well.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not super keen about, this roller here adds a ton of pressure along the inflatable keel, which is again is the downside to this type of trailer. But I have been told by someone to remove this one because it gets in the way. I might actually do that because it did winch up and down more on the tubes when I did that, which gives me a bit more confidence. The next thing I need to do is to adjust the bow support, because as you can see here with the way it's configured down there, and again everything on this trailer is configurable, this needs to both lower down slightly so that the handle is a little bit more exposed for the winch, probably to around here. Lower this down slightly, but then also move it forward so that it actually gives the bow some support there. So let's do that. Okay, so I've loosened this off and pushed it back, and obviously what I need to do now is, now that I've got those horrible plastic brackets removed in the V shape, I need to either hammer this out so it's completely flat, which some people have done, but I'm going to try something just a little bit different and see if it works for me or not. But the idea is, I've got this piece of wood here, I'm going to draw the shape that I need to cut, and then it should be quite a nice insert to just sit inside of here, and then I'll just use some really good quality screws to get it tightened in there, and then this whole section should be able to push up probably just underneath there like that to take the weight of the bow and to stop it from sliding forward. That's the theory. We'll give it a go, we'll see if it happens, we'll see if it works, and if it does look good I'll carpet this as well for some extra protection. If not, then it'll be back to the drawing board. Maybe I'll hammer these flat and come up with a different solution, but onto it. Okay, there she is. Might need a bit of fine adjustment, but we'll see if she fits. There we go. Now, I'm not too sure if this is going to be temporary, but I could drill a couple of fresh holes just to secure this further. But that looks to be fairly good in terms of protection now. So, I suppose the next job is to lower this down a bit, because I don't want this getting in the way of where I'm going to be winching. So I'll get this section lowered and then we'll push the whole thing in. Here we go. Now we can see what we're trying to do. So what we want to do is not have this handle clipping this when we're winching on, because that'll be a pain in the ass. For the time being, if I was to push that to say here, that's already taken some of the bow weight now. I think it just needs to take a little bit more. So to do that, I think I'm going to slide it up a bit further. I should probably push the boat back. There we go. So if we go somewhere like there, you see that's a problem with that handle being there. Put that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's push that too. And we'll get it flush with the transom support there. Like that. Right, let's give that a go. I think that's about where I want the transom support to be. The transom's quite thick. Yeah, so I think I'm happy with the height. So I think what I need to do now is tighten this up, and then we'll just give that a bit of a knock, or we'll just slide the boat back about 1/2 inch to allow us to slide this forward about 1/2 inch, and then we've got some solid support then for the bow. Okay, so we're all tightened up. You can see I've got the winch on just loose here. Lots of bow support now. And what you'll notice is I've actually got a ratchet strap here, and this runs from this D-ring again to the opposite D-ring on the other side there. And what I'll do is this will be dedicated now to the bow, so I'll just cut this off here and singe the ends with a lighter. Okay, good morning. It's the next day, and I think I've got this trailer pretty much configured how I want it, but I did still make a few more adjustments. One of the problems I had when I was winching this boat on with the brake back here is that due to this angle of this piece of frame, it was actually catching this plate here for the winch arm. So what I had to do was to slide this back, but then of course extend this section. It's a little bit crude at the moment. You can see how it kind of works underneath there, but that is solid. Whether or not I adjust it in future, I'm not too sure, but for now that's solid, and it's going to be good enough to get me going. I removed the roller that was underneath the boat. I just didn't see the need for it. I could have adjusted it, but the downside to having the keel roller there is it lifts the whole boat up when you're trying to slide it back, but more importantly when you're winching it on. And again, that just adds a ton of pressure to the keel, whereas I think it's just better to have the weight spread a little bit more evenly across the tubes and the transom. So I've got the boat positioned on it how I like it. I think it pretty much sits, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much perfectly at the moment. You can see how the weight is being spread across the thickness of the transom on these rollers here. It's ratcheted on gently for now. These ratchets, by the way, they're made by a company called Bison, and they're available on Amazon. They're probably available elsewhere as well. And it's not the first Bison product I've had. I've had a couple of sets of different types of straps. These are the first ratchets I've had from them, and actually their quality. I mean, look at these. Now, when you buy a set of these, and by the way, this isn't sponsored, you register the warranty by dropping them an email, even if you order through Amazon. And I did mention to them actually that I'd like to give a set of these away on the channel to a subscriber, and they did say that they would be happy to do that. So if you would like a set of these, there's 4 in a pack. They come in 6-meter lengths. They're hooked on each side, and of course they completely disconnect if you want to as well. And they also come with some loops. In fact, I'll show you. There's the carry bag. And they also come with some loops like this, so if you wanted to, difficult to do by one hand, but you could loop like that to attach to all sorts of things which you wouldn't normally be able to hook onto. So if you'd like to win a set of these ratchet straps, then just add a comment to this video, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll probably make the draw once I hit 500 subscribers, which is going to be pretty soon, I think. So yeah, quality bit of kit, not sponsored. I paid for these out of my own money, but they're just really good, and I'd recommend them to anyone who needed a set of ratchet straps on a bit of a budget. One of the nice features of this trailer is you've got a small catch just here, so once you lower your jockey wheel down, you can actually have it sit nicely and snug so it won't turn itself when you're on a slightly sloped driveway like this. In fact, the trailer's full of great little features. Even where you connect to your hitch here, it's got an indicator to tell you whether it's safe or not. You've got a nice holder for your electrics there to keep her out of the water. Like I said, this comes up, or if you unscrew this all the way, the whole jockey wheel disconnects really easily. Here you've got the pin for the brake back. Next job on the list is to remove these side lights here, because they're just a pain in the ass. They're just one extra thing to connect to your light board. And I'm only going 5 minutes down the road at daytime anyway, so. But yeah, really happy with this trailer. It is a great bit of kit. I can't wait to put it to practice and to start using it. It's going to make my life so much easier. So you might argue then, when I have that trailer over there, why on earth I might go and buy a trailer like this, when the trailer like this costs more than the actual boat. Well, to kind of sum it up really, it's about effort and time. We all know how valuable free time is, and when you spend 40 minutes setting up your boat and another 40 minutes at home getting it prepared the day before, and then another 40 minutes putting it back away again, all that time adds up, and it's tiring as well, especially when you get to this kind of size, a 4 metre boat or a 3.6 metre boat, and then you've got the engine as well. By the time you've lifted that in and out of the boot 4 times each trip, you kind of get sick of it quickly. Whereas this, I can get it prepped the day before, no problem, or just leave it prepped, top up the air pressure, make sure I got fuel. The engine will already be on the back, and then it's just a matter of disconnecting the light board, lowering it in the water and setting sail. So you go from all that time setting up and preparing to just minutes. Worth every penny to me. So if you follow the iBot Facebook page, you will know I've already taken this down to the slipway just to test it, and it did just float off really easily. There's a photo on Facebook, and I'll include it here. Well, this is it. What a trailer, what a boat. Super happy with it. Like I said midway through the video there, if you'd like a set of these Bison ratchet straps, they come with 6 metre straps. Fantastic bit of kit. They're available on Amazon. I am going to give away a set on the channel. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, I'll go through the comments of this video and probably an upcoming video that just talks specifically about the straps. And yeah, I'll randomly pick someone from the comments, and as long as you're subscribed, I'll get your name and address and we'll get them sent out to you. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, a like and a subscribe. You're going to see a lot of this boat on the water this year, and I can't wait to bring you along. So, see you next time.